Hello, Gemini. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading. Thank you so very much for coming in second as the most viewed video for the first half of December. So what that means is you get a bonus reading. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what it is that you need to know. I don't have any particular questions in mind. I am gravitated towards these two decks, however, for those of you who are in separation. So let's take a look and see what it is that you need to know at this point in time, Gemini, okay? So using this deck by Mystic Moon and this deck by Angelic Revelation 144, you have My Heart, Soul Lovers, and Separation. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. And it's general as always, so please keep that in mind throughout and take from it what makes sense for you. Release the rest. All right, Gemini. What is it that we need to know, that you need to know at this point in time when it comes to your love connection for those in separation? We do have this victim card coming through. Either that's how they made you feel, like a victim in all this, especially if there were some challenges that you guys had dealt with. We are focusing, of course, on those who are in separation. And maybe you feel that your hands are tied, literally, to be able to do anything about this. Well, not literally. No, you're not literally tied down. But maybe you feel that you're just powerless to do anything about a particular situation right now. We do have metamorphosis coming in. We also have divine timing. And then we have this destruction card. So that represents something similar to a tower moment. And that's difficult. Something happened here that separated you and your person. But there are some changes that either need to happen, or there's something going on that you might not even be aware of that's already happening. And if you guys are truly meant to come back together, it really comes down to time. So let's see what that's about. I'll go ahead and pull from my tarot teacher deck here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini for this bonus reading. So even though you're not with your person because there was a tower moment, something chaotic, either of you could have done something to destroy the relationship, to ruin the foundation of the connection. This is also giving you guys the opportunity to create change, whatever that metamorphosis represents to you personally. And we do have the energy of the divine masculine coming in as the emperor. Some of you guys could be dealing with a masculine who is an Aries specifically, if you happen to be the divine feminine representing Gemini. So I feel that divine feminines, especially if you resonate with this type of energy, you know, where your masculine didn't treat you right, and maybe you do feel powerless to do anything about this, or you're not quite sure how to fix it. We have a masculine here who's ready to establish a much stronger foundation, and maybe this had to happen in order for that type of foundation to be rebuilt. Because look at this. We've got the Six of Wands right next to metamorphosis, success, victory. This is a winning combination perhaps between the two of you. It's worth exploring or re-exploring, because this can be an indication of progress that clearly is being made, and it's only possible because there are some changes that are happening. Whether you know about it or not, maybe your person has worked very hard to create those changes in their own life, or if they were tied to a situation or a person, maybe they could have gotten themselves involved in maybe a loveless relationship, a loveless marriage, whatever this situation is representing for either yourself or your person. I feel it more so for your person here. Let's see what else. I just kind of feel, especially for my feminines, part of that change might be you're breaking free from things that are holding you back to be with your person. Okay, so right now things are not moving because it's stuck. We do have a stalemate card here with the Two of Swords. But as you can see, it's right next to divine timing. I love how that is coming through. And then look at this. We do have the Ten of Cups. And the only way that this was possible was to be able to perhaps, maybe the universe stepped in and created this tower moment, this destruction, because the foundation was faulty in the relationship. And in order to have this much stronger foundation with the Ten of Cups, for you to be happy with your person, the one that you love, the one that you dream about, the one that you want to build a life with, get married to, have children with, all of those things, all of those dreams, only possible because I feel possibly this masculine is willing to create change and is willing to build a much stronger connection here with you, Divine Feminine. And talk about the feminine. Look at this. We now have the Empress coming in. Wow, I love how that works with Spirit sometimes, you know? We have both of you here, masculine and feminine. And you've got pretty amazing energy standing between the two of you, and right in the middle is this stalemate. So that I feel is temporary, because eventually I'm feeling things will eventually move in the right direction, so that all of this can help bring you guys together in the way you'd like to come together. That's pretty cool. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here. So that is telling us that this is definitely going to take time. So try to hang in there. Just have some patience, because I feel even though you guys are in separation, eventually you will find your way back into each other's lives. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some additional insight here. I wanted to pull, before we grab some dialogue, I wanted to grab some additional insight from my Sunshine and Rainbows deck here. This will give us an added indication of who's thinking of you. What else do we need to know for your bonus reading, Gemini? Ooh, the Lover. And of course, the Lover's card in tarot represents Gemini. So there's somebody here who sees you perhaps as their ideal lover, their ideal mate. Magnetic, passionate connection, fiery, hot chemistry. In and out of the bedroom, they know how to please your mind, body, and soul. You'll melt in their arms. This could also be how they feel about you. It could be both ways, really. It could be mutual. We have the Ring. Wow. Love at first sight. An instant chemistry. When two hearts know, there are no doubts, no hesitation. This romance is the ultimate soul bond, so pure and true. A never-ending love. This is the one. For infinity. Yeah, this is the one, Gemini. I mean, yeah, it hasn't been a perfect journey, because clearly you guys are in separation. That's what we're focused on here. But there's the opportunity, perhaps, to find your way back. Oh, let's grab one more card here. One more. We have the Nurse. Now, some of you guys could be an actual nurse. Maybe that's what it is that you do for a living. Or that's what your person does. Okay, so this card says, this love connection will nurse your broken heart back to health. Always there for you when you're hurting. A text or phone call away if you're feeling blue. Romance that can make your heart skip a beat. Great at calming your fears. Relax, you're in good hands. Okay, you are in good hands, Gemini. And also, when they think about you, that's how they feel. Like they're in good hands, because they are with you. They're in your arms. They're in your presence. And I really feel they want forever with you. That is what I'm getting. They want that forever with you. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some additional insight. I'm going to pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot Volume 2 for Gemini, for your bonus reading. You've really captured someone's heart here. And there's that one person that has captured yours. They're the one. They are the one in your heart, and you know who they are. And I'm also getting, for some of you, take this only if it applies. I'm just picking up off of this vibe intuitively that some of you guys might have tried to convince yourself that this wasn't the one, that you could just find someone else, you could move on, you know, easy breezy, and just find love elsewhere. And maybe you've tried to do that. You know, some of you guys might have tried to connect with other people. And not to say that you were miserable in those other connections, but I feel there is this one person, you know who it is, that represents the one. You know who it is. Look at this. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So there's somebody who's at a distance from you and they feel alone. They feel isolated and alone because they're not with you. However, take this if it makes sense. If they distance themselves from you, it caused you to feel alone. And because the interpretation of the Five of Pentacles is somebody who's being left out in the cold. And maybe they distance themselves from you because of that Tower moment. And maybe there has been no interaction and you guys haven't talked. But the intensity of the connection still, it's presenting itself here. And my masculines want to bring the romance in. Look at this, right next to the ring. Part of this romantic gesture from the Knight of Cups could be a proposal of marriage. Could be a literal one. A literal proposal of marriage for some of you. If not, this is your masculine divine feminines wanting to let you know in no uncertain terms that they want to really create an amazing life with you. And that includes marriage. That includes starting a family someday. Or for those of you who already have children from previous partnerships, it could be blended families as well. We do have the Nine of Swords, okay, which to me, right next to this Nurse card, makes sense. Because this is a love that has the capability to nurse your broken heart. Maybe it has the capability to nurse both of your broken hearts because you're not together. Maybe you're both in this energy of the Nine of Swords where you're not getting any sleep, you're up late thinking about each other, you're having nightmares that this is never going to work itself out, feeling hopeless that this is an impossible thing to work itself out and to fix. But it's not impossible. It really isn't. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. So some of my feminines, you represent Earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. If the masculine represents Gemini, this could represent the feminine right here. There's that maternal energy. So some of you guys could, as I've mentioned, already have children from previous relationships, or you and your masculine end up building this amazing life together and you start a family. Or there's just something very maternal and nurturing about you. Very giving. Financially, you're doing fantastically because this is financial security for the Queen of Pentacles. And then we've got the Magician right here. So this is manifestation tools for you guys to be able to use those tools that are being given to you to fix what needs fixing so that you can build a stronger foundation that, even regardless of hopefully avoiding any future Tower moments, but if there were one to happen in the future, you've created such a strong foundation that you guys will be able to have something to fall back on and hopefully to be able to survive that, for your relationship to make it beyond any struggles and issues. And this could be representing a rekindled partnership, a rekindled romance. And we've got the Eight of Cups right here. So this is clarifying that either one of you could have walked away That could have certainly been very painful, but I feel it was necessary. You know, it was a necessary parting of the ways. It was a necessary breakup because there was something here that wasn't working. And so the universe might have stepped in and created this destruction because it wasn't on a strong foundation. But this is giving you guys the opportunity to find your way back to each other. You know, leaving the past behind, walking away from issues and challenges and obstacles and drama in order to create change, that metamorphosis. This is a card of evolution. So you guys are not meant to stay where you're at. You're meant to progress. You're meant to move forward. You're meant to come back together. Whoa. All right. So let's go ahead and grab some dialogue here. So you have my heart, soul lovers in separation. What are they thinking right now? Angels and spirit guides, please, for this Gemini bonus reading. What are they thinking? And you might even be able to resonate with some of these messages for yourself, Gemini, and what you're feeling too during this time apart. All right, so what needs to be expressed here? I am involved with someone else, and it wouldn't be fair to either of you to pursue our connection at this time. All right, so if that's a part of the reality, then it's presenting itself here. Now, that could also be an indication of why either of you could have walked away, because there's a third-party involvement here. That could also be part of the Nine of Swords, why someone's losing sleep. But regardless of all that, I feel you guys still think about each other so much. So this is a cycle that needs to be addressed first. And that's not going to be everybody's story, so take it if it applies. Not talking to you absolutely breaks my heart and soul into a billion shattered pieces. I want to reach out to you, but I can't find the right words, and I'm feeling so fragile right now. Okay, so either of you could be saying this. And there's healing that needs to happen here. Let's see what else. During our separation, our love has only grown stronger. I long to see you again and unite as one. Yeah, I do feel that for some of you. Okay, so we've got a few scenarios popping up here. Take whichever one applies to your situation. And of course, this is the more challenging of the ones that came through because they could be with somebody else right now. Maybe they're married, okay, and that could definitely pose to be a problem for you guys to come back together. Or that could be why the Tower happened to begin with, because you might have gotten yourself involved with somebody that was already married or committed elsewhere. So take that part of the story if it applies, because it's definitely not going to be everybody's story. Wow. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some songs here to wrap up your bonus reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull Gemini from my Heart Songs of the 90s. And if you're not familiar with the songs, see if you're able to resonate with the lyrics. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. As Long as You Love Me by the Backstreet Boys. Although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I'm blind, risking it all in a glance, and how you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. Don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're with me. Man, that's interesting. Because part of this person's history is that they are committed elsewhere. So If this is you, Gemini, if you resonate with this story, you're feeling lonely because you're thinking about somebody. I'm just getting this, okay? So again, it's not going to apply to everybody. You're feeling lonely and you're focused on somebody that you basically can't have right now because they're with somebody else. And I feel that contributed to the Tower. Okay. We have Here by Kip Winger. I wish a falling star could cause the world to disappear. All I want is to be all alone with you here. I need you near. Come along. We'll dream the day together, a virgin atmosphere. All I want is to be all alone with you. Look at us here, all alone in here. We'll dream the day together. The words will disappear. You make it all so new. I'm so in love with you. So even though you guys are at a distance, you're not together, you're in love with them, they're in love with you. But it just so happens that for some of you, it seems like almost an insurmountable thing to overcome because there is a third person that is a part of this equation. So that definitely complicates things for some of you guys. All right, and last song, we've got Every Time I Close My Eyes by Babyface. It feels like springtime in winter. It feels like Christmas in June. It feels like heaven has opened up its gates for me and you. And every time I close my eyes, I thank the Lord that I've got you. So as you can see, during our separation, our love has only grown stronger. I long to see you again and unite as one. So this batch right here, these two cards right here for me, represents those of you who will have the opportunity to find your way back to each other. And this batch can as well. It's just that this group right here, it's a little bit more on the challenging side. That's what's presenting itself here. But for the majority, I really do feel there's the opportunity to work this out, you know? And it's one of those things where, yeah, you had to walk away from somebody because there was a Tower moment. But I am getting here that in time, you can have that Ten of Cups. You know, it could be a reunion. It could simply be that life takes a turn for the better and you're able to be with the one that you love. It's meant to be a successful union here. Okay, but you know, now that we do see what's presenting itself here with these two cards right here, that Two of Swords definitely is coming through quite prominently for some of you, and why things are stuck and at a stalemate because someone's either already married or they've moved on to another connection. And so Gemini, if you're feeling lonely because you identify with this, the only way for things to not be stuck and to get out of that stalemate vibe is if someone was no longer involved with another person, and it just comes down to two people who love each other, who feel the chemistry, who want to be together, and to be able to move whatever mountains are standing in the way for you guys to be together. But that's a big mountain to move. Okay, so yeah, that's very specific for some of you guys, but for the majority, I do feel there's the opportunity for a reunion. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. Guys, if you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below. Thank you so very much for your love and support, for coming in second as the most viewed video, and I appreciate you guys so very much. I'll see you next time. Take care.